So, hello everybody. This is at Kedros Concepts. My name is Hayadot Molokayode Dada. I promised and made a statement of actually taking you through my art journey, how I started drawing, making arts, paintings, and the others. But before I go straight to that, I would like to introduce myself to you to get myself familiar with you all so you know who you're actually talking to or that is here to actually showcase or express himself to you. I am by name Hayadot Olukayode Dada, native of Kwara State, Oragot to be precise. I'm from a family of four. I have three siblings, three sisters. My father is late. He's perfect, so rest in perfect peace. I still have my mom very well active and alive. So to me, I am a graduate of University of Ilorin. I had my undergraduate degree in the Department of Linguistics and Nigerian Languages. And also had a PhD diploma in educational technology in the Faculty of Education. Now, as a person, I grew up having interest in art as well. I was in primary school. We always have these drawings and paintings that we always do, but the kind of art that is done in primary school is something that is not really massive as it is when we get to the higher level of it. So I actually love creating, drawing, paintings, the likes here from primary school till I grew up here. My dad, as at then, to some extent, fine art is a compulsory course to every primary school student. You have to do it, and definitely you have assignments to do. So I always do that, and I love to play whenever I'm free. I have nothing doing. I love to play. I love to draw. Create some pins with sand, different things. There was a time we actually do something by making use of eggshells that will not crack it. Don't worry, I'll take you through the process with time. But I developed all those skills. While growing up, my primary school, secondary school, I continued with having fine art as a subject to do. But the kind of passion I have in it, actually is one that I actually love and wanted to actually go deep into. But as it is, I've always been the kind of person that, being the only son, as I said, having three sisters, they always want things done the way they want it. And our parents, yeah, they always tell you, you have to do this, you have to do that, because I'm the one paying the money, paying the fee to do all these things. All these things are actually good things, calm things that should be done. But to some extent, it's always advisable for parents to actually listen to whatever their children actually want to be in life. So back to when I was in secondary school, I remember also drawing for some patients, biology classes. They asked us to draw assignments and all that, and they would tell me that I had to let me draw this, I'll give you this, I'll buy you this. It was actually fun doing then. But me, I still noticed I have deep passion for it. So I thought about it and I was like, okay, I really want to go study fine art in school. But telling that to my parents, they'll be like, no, my dad always wanted me to be an engineer. Yeah, he always wanted me to be an engineer. My mom is a retired nurse, and sure, well, she also actually wanted one of us to actually come in the line of health. But me, nah. Well, it's understandable though. So my dad was like, why would I send you to school, spend a whole lot of money on you, and at the end of the day, you end up studying fine art? Well, what? My friends, their children are in schools and they're, studying engineering, studying this, studying that. To that I had so many limits to actually request for some certain things and to even do some certain things. But all the same, still a good one. I'm here today. So my dad, my mom never supported me in all this drawing of a thing. I can remember back then in 2007, I was in JSS 2. Yes, I was in JSS 2, 2007, when I went to represent Kwara State in Abuja. Then I was still doing fine art as a, for play. That was when Yaradua was actually was trying to put in for the president of Nigeria. So I made a portrait picture for him, but before I was picked for that, I think I made 2 for 3 different portraits. I made a drawing of Bukola Saraki. He was the governor of Kwara State as at then. Then I made a portrait drawing of Yaradua too, which was the second one that was actually taken to Abuja, and what I was actually to portray and actually focus on being my entry for the competition. So literally I stood up for Kwara State in Abuja in the year 2027 NTA art exhibition. It was a great experience, yeah. So from there I had a challenge. I failed because I made use of only pencils, no colors, nothing. So I was actually beaten down by small child, or because he made use of colors. He made cartoons. It was cartoons he made, but it was colorful, nice. But mine was just looking so but still not the problem. So from there, I started having this kind of feels that, oh my God, I really need to build up my skill. I really need to do this. I really need to do that. So then I think my mom started seeing that, okay, it seems this boy really like art. Still talking on my secondary school days. So my mom, there was this neighbor of ours that actually have should I say, a art studio, but what he does is not really even drawing. What he does is cutting of stencils, making of signposts and the likes. Yeah, my mom had to put me through there, like, okay, go do this, go learn this. Going there, it was just like I was wasting time. So at a point, I had to stop. So stopping, I was like building on myself, yeah, doing my thing my way, doing things the way it should be, and it was actually going gradually, but I was still not really being supported, like getting materials, being an artist, drawing and doing all these creativities. You actually need some certain materials to actually boost and boom what you're doing. But trust me, it was never available for me. So I only make use of all these local things, and every little ones I was able to lay my hands upon. Back then, the only pencils I always use then is 2B pencil. I'm very sure, but that is the red and black pencil. It's my best pencil as today, yeah? It was my best pencil. So the journey, it was going smoothly, fine and okay, till I said I wanted to study fine art. So 2013, when I graduated from secondary school to go to the university, I put in for visual and performing arts. Visual and performing arts in Kwara State University, and also I was asked, my mom asked me to do linguistics in University of Ilorin. Yeah, quite alright. There's actually a story behind that, but let me just drop that. So Unilorin gave me admission first, before PASU actually gave me admission for visual and performing art. I already made payment for school fees in University of Ilorin to be a linguistic student. So I had to put in and just keep up with it. But while doing it, it was fucking tough. So tough. It was so tough. So I actually did it. I did my best, but not really happy. But during the course, I never stopped doing my drawings and all. Now, I think for a while, I stopped trying because linguistics as a course, as a course in the university, actually was taking so much of a time, talking about dealing with phonetics and all the likes, yeah? It was taking so much of time, so really much of time. And trust me, I had to drop some things that I was doing then. In fact, back then I used to sing too, like singing, dancing, those things, doing them as fun and hobbies, yeah? But I had to really drop them. Really, I had to drop them. So, coming back to 2014, 15, then I was like, oh my God, I really needed a means to get money, in school. What I was getting from home was not really enough for me to actually, as a guy now, you understand what I'm trying to say. So I started drawing again. That was when I started house painting. I started doing house paintings for students then. I was like, if you want to paint your house as a student, come and give me a call, Shra, come paint your house. I did some house painting, I did some wall decorations, like wall designs and all. It was all massive, but trust me, it was crazy. So I was getting money from that. Then I was like, wait, I used to draw on paper too. I draw on paper and, okay, why don't I start drawing celebrities? That was what brought me to drawing celebrities. Trust me, drawing celebrities was massive. As then I was always, stressing. I'm like, I want to draw celebrity. So the first celebrity I drew was okay. That was when I met Kunle Afford on Instagram. That was in 2016. Yeah, 2016, early 2016. So in fact, I was not close to Kunle Afford. It was the wife that I was a bit close to because I'm always engaging on her post and doing all of these things. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it was a time to her birthday. So she posted a picture of her, just to wish herself ahead of her birthday. So I just picked a picture and I drew the picture. After I drew it, I just sent it to her. She was like, I thanked her. She said, wow, this is massive. I love this. She gave me a number. We started talking on WhatsApp. She was like, wow, I love this. This is nice. This is this. I would love you to meet my husband so that you give it to him. Then that was like a way of connection, for me. I was so happy. Trust me. So he gave me a husband's number, which is Kunle Afford. I gave a call to Kunle Afford. I was like, okay, no problem. We chatted. He gave me an appointment to deliver that portrait piece to him. So in 2016, I delivered that portrait piece to him in Offa. That was when he was still in Offa, very much in Offa. The first day I got there, I was so shy. Being the first time seeing a celebrity, yeah, I was so shy. I used to be a very shy person, but I was so shy. So being shy, I was like, okay, cool, it's nice. He accommodated me. The hospitality was, I love it. It was so friendly. But I personally was the problem that very day. I was not free because how it feels meeting the celebrity as at the tender age. So we had pictures, we took pictures, we talked to some extent. He gave me gifts and like that. I never knew that it was actually going to be something. Then there's one crazy thing I always do, yeah. He gave me money and I actually rejected it because as then I have a mentality which was, our parents brought us up and they'll be like, oh, that thing, man. But actually, I think it was something that paved way for me that year. It was something that paved way for me that year. Because after I left, I was still in the car when he messaged and I was like, okay, do a portrait picture of me. Like for himself. It was the wife I drew before, yeah? So he said I should make a portrait of him. So I was like, wow, this is massive, yeah. I got back to Ilorin that day. I started making my drawings again. I started making a portrait piece for him. I was in school. I think I was in school when I actually started the drawing because I used to stay back then in school, in my hostel. So I was in school to actually do that. People were like, this is good, but the pictures, no, we need just different comments. I was always feeling myself, yeah. So people seeing that I was drawing a celebrity, some persons were like, okay, I want you to draw my mommy, I want you to draw this, small money, those dimes, you got 5,000, 10,000, different sizes, when it was coming in gradually, I was sustaining myself in school while I was still growing. So when I finished at Kunle Afford's drawing, I told him it was ready and he actually gave me another appointment to meet with him in Offa again. So I went there, but this very day, I got there late. He was on set, he was on location, so I had to leave. I dropped the portrait, I had to leave, but I dropped a message for him that, okay, I've dropped this and that, we talked. I think a week after, or was it even up to more? Yes, I think a week after or some times after that was when I received the call. The person was like, yeah, this is the wife of the Queen of Ibadan, Kinekon. She introduced herself. I was like, wow. She was like, she got my contact from Kunle Afford. I was like, wow. She buy money. So they were requesting for a painting. As I then, I'm always scared of making portrait paintings. I make house paintings. But when it comes to portrait paintings, then I used to be so scared. Why? Because it takes a longer process to get it ready. So I had to tell them they actually needed the portrait to be ready in a week, which can never be ready if it's a portrait painting. So I told them, I said it can't be ready in the duration of time that you've given to me because it's actually a very large piece. The size they were giving to me there was even like about 4 feet to 5 feet. very big, large. So it's something they wanted to present to maybe somebody as a birthday gift or something, yeah. So I had to come up and I said it's something I can do, but it define it like the truth is the quality will not be good, it will not be perfect. So it's best not to even go for it, that it can't be ready. So they said it's fine, okay, no problem. I think like a month after or thereabout, that was I received another call from okay, I got a message on my Instagram page. Yeah, it was a message from Dublin. International onto the next level, yeah. So it was somebody, one of the fans of Akunle Afod, or should I say like a sister Akunle Afod. She messaged me and was like, I got your number from Akunle Afod and I saw the drawing you did for him. I would like you to do some portraits for me. This like, I was like, hey, wow, Kini Martin do it okay. Apology to non-Yoruba speakers. It means this thing is getting real, yeah. So we started, and trust me, I did like 5 portraits for this person without seeing me. This is a person I've never seen in my entire life. As at then, I've never seen her, and we only chatted on Instagram. So each time I do the work and I finish up, I'll tell her this is ready, but I always update her as I walk. I send pictures of the progress shots to her. So she was like, she loves it. It's this and that. So I'm always sending it to Lagos for the person to pick it up. Then they will place it. And because she said she was coming down to Nigeria, so we are able to actually create a close relationship between ourselves. Like it was so mercy. This was all due to what I did for Akunle Afod, my celebrity. That big man now, yeah, you know, yeah. So it was mercy. Then after he was able to do that, I was like, okay, which celebrity again should I draw? That was when I did the portrait drawing for. I did for Odunlade Adekola, but he did not see it. I drew him and his wife, Mommy D4. Did not see it. I drew Sotayo Gaga. I drew Authentic Muiwa, and some other people like that, yeah. So Sotayo Gaga actually saw hers, but she didn't request for it. But she saw it and she was like, wow, this is nice, I love it. You know, the comment was there. I was like, okay, I'm getting there. So I was drawing celebrities back to back. You know, I drew Tonto Dike's son too, King. I drew him. You know, I did some other drawings like that. But that's it. So I was doing that back to back till I graduated. I convocated the University of Ilorin in 2017. Now to the next level about what to do with life. So I served in Osun State. So I had an opportunity to actually meet a friend there. Like we met there. We finished from the same school, but we never knew each other in school. But we met in the local government, yeah. Because we started talking. She was a good friend. She was one of the persons that actually encouraged me in doing her, because trust me, she was always the one even making materials available for me, yeah. She will give me money for material. I'll be like, I don't know, to this drawing you have to keep doing. You have to just I'll be like, well, you understand? So I all this time, yes, I drew Funke Akindele too. Then that was when my dad was like, oh, this thing is, I think this boy actually likes drawing, you know. He was in a way trying to, like, you know, adjust himself, but he wasn't ready to really say it. So when he met Funke Akindele at Kwara Hotel back then, he called me that day. Something happened. I was like, no, this and that. Like I couldn't make it there. So that was just a bike out there. So to now come to when I was serving in Osogbo. That was 2017, 2018, I guess. Yeah. When they wanted to have a Osun election, the Two-Face Idibia was to come to Osogbo to do some campaigns and all the Bomasheja and stuff, yeah. So I was encouraged to actually make a portrait drawing of Two-Face Idibia, and with the help of this same friend, I always got materials ready for me. Her name is Oluwabusayo Hayemide Yusuf, yeah, Miriam Yusuf. She's a very good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, yeah. So she was always there. Trust me, she was still the same person that made it available. As I then, she was the CAO. Yeah, she was the CLO, and she made it possible for me to meet with Two-Face Idibia one-on-one. She had opportunity to actually meet with Two-Face, but she said something. She said, no, I don't need to see Two-Face. I have a friend that needs and have to see Two-Face. So I'm okay if he says Two-Face. She gave me her own chance of meeting with Two-Face Idibia, and I was able to like present that portrait drawing to him. Trust me, it was a sweet moment. Entering, I was so just scared before even entering because security everywhere. If you see the kind of gun they were carrying, I was like, oh mo, now God they carry like this. I was like, that would be the first time I'll be so close to stuff like that. So I was ushered in. I was shaking, fidgeting. I was like, ah. So that would be the second time I will meet celebrity. It was like, what's up, my guy? Come sit down here, come sit down. What's up, nigga? I was like, is this real Two-Face Idibia? He says, you don't be sorry, what's up? How are you doing? I said, I'm fine. I was like, oh, wow, I love this. I was out, he collected the drawing, he collected it. I was like, wow, this is massive. He was smiling. He said, I love it. I was like, okay, don't worry, it's your number. I'll call you. I was still checking, but I was able to like take a picture. That's one thing I always appreciate. I always take pictures with them whenever I meet them. So then I was so happy meeting with celebrities, and I was like still wishing and waiting to meet more celebrities. So that same 2018, I made a portrait drawing of Davido. Yes, the popular Davido, her musical artist. Yeah. So then it came for that same what's it called? That same voting campaign as at then. This same Dibo Masheja, his uncle wanted going for the governor of the state as at then. Yeah. So he came down to do the rally and the likes. So I was in their hotel I was there for like a whole day. I was waiting. Where I sat down, dressed in my copper uniform, B-Red came to meet me. I didn't even know that was B-Red. Why? Because of the way he was dressed. I didn't see all the tattoos. He was not using all his, his bling bling anything. He was putting on the jalabia. I was like, He came and said, what's up, guy? This and that. If I had known, I would have said, Baba B-Red, Shanu me, please. I came to deliver this thing. He said, what are you here? I said, I came to see Davido. I came to give him this. But I didn't remove it for him to see. If only I had removed it out. So he was like, okay, well, he sat with me, we were just like. Then he was like, okay, talk to you later. Okay, Copa, he left. I never knew that was how I was gonna miss the opportunity of actually getting. You understand what I'm trying to say? So then I still sat down, waiting. I sat for more than 4 or 5 hours. Davido did not come out. It was time for them to go to a rally. The driver was complaining, this and that. Everybody was running up and down. No time to actually see me again. I had to leave. I leave. Like I left. After I left, I was like, what's next? Okay. I made a portrait drawing of his uncle, dancing senator. It was still the same friend of mine, Busayo, that still made all the materials available, the framing, the papers, the pencils, everything. In fact, as I said, there was this tablet, this tab that she was using, and she gave it to me. She was like, I don't want to be using this to create art piece. Like, she really encouraged me not to give up. Seriously speaking, like, she really encouraged me not to give up. I was doing it, So when I did the portrait picture of Ademola, the dancing senator, I actually was able to deliver that, but not to him. I was able to give it to his PA. His PA was like, they'll get back to me, this and that. See, today I didn't hear anything. They were always telling me, come back. I couldn't snap with the person I drew, but at least they collected the drawing. So it was a nice experience. That time I was feeling down and I was still being happy. I was feeling disappointed. I was being weak. But while being weak, there was this person there that's always like, I heard on this journey, you don't have to stop. You don't have to. So fast forwarded, it was my dad's birthday coming up. So I was like, what can I give to this man? That was when I made a portrait drawing of him. So I surprised him. I traveled down from Oshogbo to Ilorin to present that to him. I never knew my dad loved that portrait drawing. I never knew all the things he had in mind. So he came to Oshogbo 2 weeks after the time I actually went to deliver the portrait to him. And trust me, he said something to me. He said, I heard that I need to drive me to somewhere. He didn't even say anything about the drawings yet. We got to the wedding. He said it's the wedding. We got there. We're talking and talking. Meanwhile, I've always told him that after my NYSC that I wanted going for this direct short service army. My dad said, I heard that army you've always talked about, I don't want you to do it again. I was like, hey, the drawing, inside of me, drawing, you did not allow me to do drawing. Now I want to do, I want to do art. I want to do NDA, short service again. He said, they're like, okay, what you do is focus on this drawing that you've always done. That this and that. Mind you, my dad was a calligrapher. He's very good in calligraphy, writing of certificates and all. He also draws, but he left the part of drawing to facing calligraphy because he loves calligraphy more than drawing and all. In fact, he was one that designed this Eleganza book. What's it called? Big exercise, big note exercise book. Then the design, he was one that gave it to the company that were doing it. He was one that designed it. But he never had so much passion in drawing. He preferred calligraphy. But me, I took myself to, drawing, go. So the journey was a very good one. Trust me, it was a very, very good one. Very, very good one. But he said to me, focus on it. In fact, you don't need to look for any other job. Just focus on it. That was the last word my dad said to me. That was the last time I saw my dad. That was the last time I saw my dad. And, that was when I got to know that, okay, I think I have a supporter. He has blessed me with his words. That was when I started drawing again. Then I made a portrait drawing of Adedimeji Lateef. Yeah, I made a portrait drawing of Adedimeji Lateef. After I drew it, it was massive. A friend of mine saw it on Facebook, Sophia. Sophia was like, guy, how far now? I like this drawing. No, I can actually link you up with his manager, this and that. CZ. I was like, okay. I was like, that was how she sent me CZ's number. I messaged CZ. CZ was like, okay, Lateef will be this, that. We started communicating. To cut the long story short, I was able to deliver it to Adedimeji Lateef. That's why I began having celebrities follow me on my social media handles and all. It was mercy, trust me. Snapping pictures with them was always my joy then because I believe and I knew that definitely I'll grow from it. Because I grew from the one I had with Kunle Afod. So definitely, I believed in the growth, I believed in the progress, I believed in the process. And that was why I sticked on to it. At the point, I was like, I stopped because, I was the kind of support, the kind of encouragement I was expecting from even people, as humans now, I was not really getting it. So I stopped at some extent. I was like, I'm not drawing again. Let me just use my certificate, to draw. That was when I started using my certificate. I was looking for a job up and down. I was doing teaching job in a school like that. I think I worked there for like 2-3 months. I was like, the place is far to my house, yeah? So far. I will go from my house, go there. To cut long story short, the salary was not even enough for transport, not talk of anything else. I now noticed and discovered that it was even the little I was getting from the drawings and paintings I was doing that I was using to cover up for what I was even doing. I was like, come on, I had to just quit this. Trust me, I quit. I quitted the job and I was like, okay, let me see what I can do again. Then I started doing 1 or 2 things again. I started doing it again and I was like, oh man, this is fucking crazy. I was like, the expenses, materials were getting so expensive, still nobody to support me, no money anywhere, this and that, so I just dropped it. So, 2022, I traveled to Lagos, traveled to Ibadan, traveled to Abuja in search of a job. That was when I got a call back from a very good boss of mine, Lamad Concept, and I'm very sure everybody knows him, Alhaji Hamad Lawal. Thank you so much for all you did. I really appreciate you, your support, the love. It was mercy. That was when he stepped in and I worked for him as a PA for like 2 years, and I was like, I needed to go back for my master's in school, and one thing led to another. I left, leaving, I'm here after school now. I'm trying to okay, what do I have to do? I have to focus on my heart. That's why I'm here. But trust me, the hard journey was actually a long one. I just decided to brave it all, and definitely I'll still be coming back to give you all. But for now, stay tuned and enjoy the show. Once again, this is Akedros Concepts. Thanks for watching, and anticipate for the next episode of my heart journey when I will give you the whole point. Thank you.